Have you ever scratched your head wondering why a millionaire would ever need a loan from a bank? I mean, it sounds totally backward, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on this exact paradox. And trust me, what you're about to learn is a real game changer in how you think about money.
So this is the big question, isn't it? If you've got the cash just sitting there ready to go, why on earth would you choose to go into debt and pay a bank interest? It turns out the wealthy see debt in a completely different way than most of us. For them, it's not a burden. It's an incredibly powerful tool.
To really see how this tool works in action, let's make it simple. Let's imagine you have a millionaire nephew. He's got a great new business idea, and he has all the money he needs to get it started. But what he does next is where things get really interesting.
So your nephew needs exactly 1 crore rupees to get his new business off the ground. And yeah, he's got that 1 crore sitting in his account, but instead of just writing a check, he uses this really clever two-step strategy that, at first glance, seems like it makes no sense at all.
Okay, so listen closely, because this is the core of the whole thing. He does two things at the exact same time. First, he walks into a bank and gets a 1 crore loan for the business. Then, he takes his own 1 crore and puts it into a fixed deposit, an FD, where it can earn interest. So, why would he do both?
All right, let's fast forward and see how this plays out over 10 years. And just to keep the math super simple, let's say the interest rate is the same for both. He pays 8% on the loan and he earns 8% on his FD. Now, you'd think that would cancel out, right? Wrong. This is where the magic really happens.
Okay, look at these numbers. After 10 years, the total amount he has to pay back on his loan is 1.45 crores. But that fixed deposit? It's grown to a whopping 2.20 crores. So how is there such a massive difference? It's all about how the interest is calculated. The loan interest shrinks as he pays it down, but his FD interest compounds, meaning he earns interest on his interest. That little detail is the secret engine driving this whole strategy.
Do you see what just happened here? Even with identical interest rates, the outcomes are worlds apart. He literally made money just because of how he structured his finances. So let's figure out exactly how much profit he just unlocked out of thin air.
Yep, 75 lakhs. That's the profit. After 10 years, he can take the money from his FD, pay back the bank's 1.45 crore, and he's left with 75 lakhs in his pocket. It's pure, almost risk-free profit. He literally made money from the money he borrowed. It's incredible.
And this chart just makes it so obvious. That big bar on the left, that's the 2.20 crore his FD grew into. The smaller bar on the right is the 1.45 crore he had to repay. That huge gap between the two, that's his profit, created simply by using the bank's money instead of his own.
Okay, I know exactly what you're thinking right now. This sounds amazing if the business is a hit, but what if it's a total flop? Isn't he now on the hook for a massive loan with nothing to show for it? It's the biggest question, and honestly, the strategy has a beautiful answer for it.
You see, this whole thing isn't some wild, high-stakes gamble. The entire strategy was designed from day one with a powerful built-in safety net.
Think about the absolute worst-case scenario. The business completely fails, goes to zero. What does our nephew still have? He has that 1 crore fixed deposit, which has been sitting safely on the side, quietly growing the entire time. He can just use the money from his FD to cover the loan payments. No sweat. The asset he created protects him from the liability he took on.
So what we've just walked through, this amazing financial move, it actually has a name. It's called financial leverage. And it's really just the art of using other people's money to make yourself a profit that's way bigger than the cost of borrowing. This is one of the foundational secrets to how real wealth is built.
So, the big lesson here is that debt isn't always the bad guy. When you use it smartly, it can be one of the most powerful tools you have. By letting his own money grow safely while using the bank's money for the riskier venture, our nephew protected himself and created profit from nothing. And that just leaves one final question for you to think about. Now that you get it, how could you make your money work harder for you?